this is the one episode rule, and I'm sorry. I don't have a joke for the intro this time. I'm devastated, honestly.
It's okay.
I mean, it's not okay. It's not just a podcast. That's such a weak mindset. You're okay. You're okay with. I'm not okay with what happened with imperfection of a craft. When you stop getting angry after losing it, you block the
Magpie, it's okay.
I'm shutting down the podcast.
Only Emma appreciates the scumminess of that joke I just did.
I do not have any idea what that was.
What did you trick me into?
I'm not gonna know. We're not explaining this.
I don't think we can get into it.
I don't think this is okay anymore.
It's not okay.
Y'all want to introduce yourselves?
You should introduce yourself.
Magpie, introduce yourself.
Everybody knows who I am.
Okay.
No. Well,
you're the guy.
Okay.
I'm Blackle, and I thought I was gonna say nothing happened to me this week, but the other night my roommate told me that there's only 2 things you need to know about me to understand my entire personality. And the first one, which we've already covered on this podcast, is that I watch most content at 2 times speed.
Which is nightmarish.
Hateful action. Proceed.
And the other thing is that there's this video of my dad cutting down a tree. And the way that he does it is incredibly funny. And I wish I could show everybody in the world, but my father is very particular about his privacy. So I can't share it widely. But let me just say that he says, now it's time to cut down the tree. And he literally jumps up, lands flat on his back, and then puts the saw under the tree and starts wiggling around wildly while he's trying to cut it down. And he's like, "Don't worry, I'll be yelling timber soon."
This is bad.
What?
That's my dad.
How does this relate to you?
Because I'm like my dad in a lot of ways.
She's the tree.
I'm the tree. I'm the tree. The tree. You know what they say? You know what they say? The tree doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah. Anyhow. Can't deal with this.
Joey has 0 patience for this right now.
I don't know what's happening. Hello, I'm Joey. Today was a very sleepy day. I've been caught in voice actor hell. But I do not want to elaborate on that because we've been talking about it for far too long now. Just know that there's voice actors, and they're baffling.
There are voice actors, and they are out there. Speaking of which, if you would like me to voice act for you,
or if you'd like me to voice act for you, because I am trained in it. Hi, I'm Emma, and I watched all of Baccano between the last episode and now, which was a good time. Jerry Jewell was there, and also I'm recording tonight with the lights off.
Oh,
I've got the lights turned down low. I've got a little tart burner. It's got some mistletoe in it, and we're gonna get real
intimate.
Close. Tonight.
This is so sensual.
That's my intro bit.
That's the one you're going with?
I mean, if I could have a do-over, maybe I would, but it's too late now.
Yeah, you only get one mulligan in your entire life.
Yeah, I mean, if I could go back and rewrite that ninja joke so it went smoother, I'd do it.
It's okay.
But it's not happening.
Hey.
So we
could just re-record this entire intro if we wanted to.
So let's
start the whole intro over.
Impossible.
Let's get into the news.
All right.
Let's have it.
The only reliable segment on this show. So for the news, we've got almost all good news today. With a little wild card I'm going to look at here in a moment. That may not be good. First item on the docket is Crunchyroll is unveiling seven Crunchyroll originals,
Whoa.
which will include Tower of God, Noblesse, and God of High School, which sounds fucking miserable. That's the worst idea for a
Yeah,
story
it
ever.
sounds bad.
But let's see. The total list I have in front of me is a show called Freak Angels, God of High School, Onyx, Equinox, In/Spectre, Tower of God, Noblesse, Meiji Gekken, Sword and Gun, and what is that? High Guardian Spice. I've heard about that before. That's a CalArts joint, isn't it?
I'm
I
not
heard
familiar with any of these.
I heard people hated that, but I
I
don't
will
know.
say, if I was the god of high school, it would take me maybe two class periods before I traveled to the college campus instead and built a castle for myself.
If I was the
Uh,
god of high school, I would destroy the earth.
I am tired of these teenagers.
I'm tired of being caught in the tangle of their lives. Next up, speaking of voice acting, Tokyo Godfathers has put out a trailer of their new English dub.
Huh.
That's
How
Sounds
cool.
interesting.
We've got you guys may recognize some of these people. I recognize at least one of them. Let's see. John Avner is going to be Jin. Victoria Grace as Miyuki. Shakina Naifak as Hana. Kate Bornstein as Mother. Crispin Freeman, i.e.
Hey.
fucking Alucard,
Oh,
is going to be
yeah.
Miyuki's father.
Fun.
David Manis as Old Man. Jameson Price as Uta. And Kirk Thornton as Yasuo.
Oh my god, okay. So I do recognize three of those names. I recognize Crispin Freeman, who if you guys don't know, he's also Winston in Overwatch.
He's Winston in Overwatch.
Yeah.
I only
Yeah.
recognize him from being vampires.
Yeah.
'Cause he's just like that.
Me too.
He's a huge ham. is
Yeah,
what he is.
that's
I
very
love
true. Jameson Price in Resident Evil 5, I think, is when he was Barry. He was Barry
No.
Burton in RE5, I think.
Nope. Barry Burton's not in RE5. Not at all.
Or hang
One
on.
of them. Something.
Give me one of them.
I could have sworn it was RE5 when he was Barry Burton. I don't know. He's one of many Barry Burtons, is the point.
RE5 takes place in Africa and doesn't feature Barry.
Mercenaries, maybe it was that one.
Mercenaries. I don't know. Are you thinking of Revelations 2?
I don't think so. I think I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Kirk Thornton is Shadow the Hedgehog. That's the better one to get into.
Nice.
That is the better one.
Good. Thank
and
you.
I think he's a Harry Mason in one of the Silent Hill games as well.
Wait, fucking really?
Yeah, I don't think he's like OG Harry. I think he's like Shattered Memories Harry or something. But yes.
Oh, he's got to be. He's got to be the one from the Wii where it's all the fucking frozen shit.
Yeah, the fucking Raw Shocks and the.
That game is cool as fuck, but nobody.
I love that game. I love it. Nobody likes Shattered Memories because it's very different, but I like that one a lot.
It has a cool story, and I appreciate it for what it is.
Mm-hmm. All right, those are our hot takes for the day.
I gotta find which Barry Burton he is because I'm a weird mark for. Okay.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Okay, cool. We're having a good podcast so far.
Good one.
He must have been.
Good one.
Hmm?
It does credit him for RE5. He must appear in the credits or in Mercenaries.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird. He's otherwise completely absent from that game. So
Yeah, I mean, there's like there's definitely better things for me to pull for Jameson Price. That's just the only thing that I could think of off the top of my head.
I saw a million credits and acknowledged none of them because I was looking for fucking Barry Burton.
Harry 5.
Okay, what else have we got? We got more stuff. We looked at the Tokyo Godfathers thing. I need to sit down and watch that again. I barely remember that movie, but I remember it being fucking great.
Me too. I barely remember it either.
And it's a Satoshi Kon joint, so you know it's great. But
Yeah.
But anyway,
that beautiful buckaroo.
What else have we got? Oh, Netflix is partnering with Clamp, Kendaichi, the makers of Gundam Thunderbolt, Goth, Marduk, Scramble, Therme Rome, and other shit to make just a shitload of new shows.
Cool.
Wow.
In
Very
particular,
cool.
Clamp has produced designs for 20 characters for an unannounced anime project. And
That's a lot of characters.
Kibayashi is working on an anime project by penning scripts. So there's just going to be a fucking shitload of them, apparently.
Nice.
How long do you think it's going to take until Netflix starts making video games? And how long do you think it's going to take until Netflix starts, like,
Until
creating...
Netflix collapses as a country after attempting to make as a country, as a company.
As a country? Hang on.
Yes. I wasn't
In the
about to
Netflix
even
future.
question this.
In the,
I was
in
gonna
the
say-
far
ready
off
to accept
future
it.
of 20 Netflix 9.
I was going to say, how long do you think it's going to take until Netflix starts making company towns?
Yeah. You gotta pay for your fucking subscription with Script.
Well, to ward off your fears, I will remark that Netflix is a fucking disastrous business model.
Truly.
So it is unlikely that will ever happen. But we may get some pretty cool anime. Speaking of which, if you're of the mind to commit some fan art out there, I'd like to update you on my choice of anime cosplays. I would much rather be Dracula from Castlevania than Kenshiro at this point.
Castlevania's not an anime. Don't know how many times we have to go over this.
Emma,
It's anime
you're wrong.
adjacent.
I'm
smells
the
pretty
anime
wrong.
girl. I'm the one who weebs.
I am the one who weeps.
Incredible.
Damn it.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Okay, sorry. I had a little outburst, but I'm better now.
Anyway, that's all the official news I have. We had something linked in here that I wanted to get at.
Oh, I've been waiting for this one.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh yeah. News from Crunchyroll. News from Crunchyroll is that the Danmachi RPG Collector's Edition comes with a Hestia breast pillow.
Great.
No, the tweet does say boob pillow.
It does
I'm
say
just gonna
boob
throw that
pillow.
I was taking a little creative license. I am not this person.
Uh-huh.
I am not Crunchyroll's fucking Twitter.
Not yet,
Listen.
anyway.
Don Machi, you guys will remember as Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Don Machi is just the Japanese shorthand for the title. And Hestia is the well, you know, she's the one who's got the boobs.
She's got the tits. Looking at this, it looks just like a printed pillowcase cover. If it actually conforms to the shape printed on it, it would actually probably be a pretty terrible pillow.
Yeah.
That would destroy your
Maybe.
neck.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless you got centered just right.
Unless it was a memory foam booby pillow.
Ooh, yes.
To conform to the shape of your head.
could really
So they'll be all
sink into
fucking
that.
deformed and shit in 3 months.
Yeah.
All those memories inside of that pillow.
One time I accidentally put a memory foam pillow into a space bag, and when I took it out, it looked like a sun chip. That's what I have to say.
Anyway, Joey, you said you had something?
Yeah,
And
it's just a small thing. So the voice actors for, I guess going along with my voice actor theme of the day, the voice actors for the Beastars dub have been announced.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm afraid. Who are they?
I don't really know the voices, but I specifically wanted to read you the one for Jonah Scott, who is voicing
Fuck.
Legoshi.
That's like, wait, Jonah is
Legoshi.
Wait,
And
why do you keep saying Legoshi?
That's
how
it's
they're
pronounced.
choosing to translate it, I guess, even though
Absolutely not.
it's Legoshi in the manga. Hey, sorry, I have to pause the podcast for a second. Jonah Scott's like my friend. Like I know
Wait, your
him.
actual real friend?
Yeah, like we
good.
met at an anime convention. We almost kissed. It was caught on camera,
Oh.
and then
Oh my.
and then we hung out for a while. Haven't talked to him in a while, but his career has gotten crazy, and now he's the fucking wolf in Beastars. Good job, Jonah.
Specifically am bringing this because I wanted to read the tweet that he sent to announce
I would love to.
And by the way, his name on Twitter right now is Jonah Scott Furry Adjacent.
Oh man, Jonah.
And the tweet says, "Woo! Been sitting on this for a while. I voiced Legoshi in the Netflix dub of Beastars. Thanks to everyone involved in the process, I had so much fun. You're going to love it. On all levels except physical, I am a wolf baby." And then there's 2 pictures, and one of them is him in this really just awkward...
Jonah.
Oh god, it's just a very good mask. It's very
Jonah,
good.
please.
Did he also say Legoshi?
Yes, in the tweet it does say... That's literally
Jonah,
how they're...
Hey,
That's literally how all of them are doing it.
If you ever hear this, that's fucking unforgivable.
Jonah, please listen to my podcast. I promise I won't tell the Chipotle story.
What the fuck?
That's my ultimatum. I will tell the world about Operation Chipotle if you don't listen to this podcast, Mr. Transistor. All right.
This is
named
the
after
other
Bela
tweet.
Lugosi. Come on, show some respect.
Yeah,
to
he's
that.
named. Yeah, I don't know why they chose Legoshi. It is
There's
strange.
literally someone talking about it.
Yeah, that would be Ben Diskin. He is currently best known as Haida in Agretzko, but I know him as number 1 and number 2 from Codename Kids Next Door.
Kids Next Door, yeah.
Haida's a good character.
Haida's good.
And he turned into a furry because of it.
Yes, he got furried up.
Became furry.
Very furried up.
Detroit become furry.
Just browsing through the list of voice actors that have been announced for Beastars, and I'd also like to highlight that Gohin, who is a very good and cool character, he's a big panda man, is voiced by Torbjorn. By Torbjorn from Homestuck.
Oh.
Wait, what?
I mean,
Hello?
Overwatch from
Wait,
Overwatch.
what?
Torbjorn
What
from.
No, this is a disaster. Okay, Joey, what's the anime?
Podcast off. I've just been handed a slip of paper that says that Ben Diskin
says you're fired.
No, it says Ben Diskin is Joseph Joestar.
That's cool.
And Joseph. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, so thank you guys for listening to the 1 episode rule. Our Twitter is.
Joey.
Our Twitter has been deleted by agents outside of our control.
Yes.
Our Twitter is locked again because we're only 2 years old.
We're only 2 years old. So I have an anime. I have a story behind it. Why I'm gonna pick it this week, and it's baffling. So I was on my Russian Crunchyroll site the other day, watching some dubs, as you do, and you get baffling ads sometimes, and this one was more baffling than the rest. And it said, "Think you can last 5 minutes playing this? Shut your door." And I was like, oh, that's usually the caption. But this time it was not a picture of a big titty girl like it usually is. It was a picture of like this really horrible model of a 3D Centaur man. And
okay.
That's why this week we're going to be watching A Centaur's Life. Thank you all for coming.
Oh, God. All right, we're back. I have definite things to say about this show. I would like to get some of y'all's impressions first. Since we were talking about voice actors earlier, y'all can, I don't know, maybe start with a dub or something. I find it to be nearly completely neutral, but kind of amateurish in places.
So
This
what I
show
was gonna
made me feel barely anything.
No reaction?
Yeah.
I have no strong feelings about this show.
No strong feelings one way or the other.
Yeah, I was watching the dub and then the site like completely died on me, so I had to go to like the subs. So I don't know how that compares, but it was just kind of, yeah, I kind of feel the same way. It was just pretty neutral. Like,
It's interesting. It's an interesting way to feel about this show.
I mean, it was pretty weird. Let's definitely get that out there.
I'm gonna contest that in a minute, but first I'd just like to say that it is it's very strange to me. I'm not like, it's not necessarily a good or a bad thing, but it is very strange to watch a show and not recognize anybody. There are no recognizable voice actors anywhere in this.
And it's not like they were incompetent or anything.
No, they were fine.
They're
It was
just
just
kinda
like,
normal.
who dubbed this? Where'd you get all these guys?
Yeah,
Came from an alternate reality.
Just people who were hanging around the office.
Wikipedia alleges that Caitlin Glass and Tia Ballard are in it, but I didn't hear them. But maybe
in later episodes.
But I don't know that I could pick Tia Ballard or Caitlin Glass out of a lineup, really, if I heard them.
All right.
Anyway.
That are our general feelings about this.
I have some more specific feelings, but I'd like for you to go first.
Okay, so I do have some more specific feelings. There are two. Well, we should read the blurb. Somebody should read the blurb. Who wants to do that?
Let's read the blurb.
I will volunteer.
Okay.
No, I cannot read this name. I'm like,
all right,
do
I'll
it.
do it.
No, I want Blackle to do it now.
Okay.
Please don't make me read the blurb, Magpie. Please.
Okay, I'm gonna unplug my headphones and somebody send up a flare when it's over.
Okay. Okay, Black will go.
Kimihara Himeno, also known as Jaime.
Where was the M in that word?
This is it's an auditory medium. You can hear the names.
Jaime. Goes about her love, life, and studies, just like any ordinary high school girl. The only difference is that she's a centaur. She enjoys her school life along with classmates of many unique shapes in this very cute slice of life story about girls who are human yet aren't. What the fuck?
I should have. I shouldn't have pulled that card then. I should have pulled a card whenever it was like we were watching like a period drama with a shitload of Japanese words in it.
Oh god.
Yeah.
But oh well. I'll save that one for a rainy day later on. Okay, so that's the blurb. You know what we're talking about.
Yes.
So I have a statement about this. This is a show with two layers. Okay? You can engage with it on two levels.
Mm-hmm.
On the first level is kind of a twee slice of life thing. There's not a whole lot of conflict going on. It's not very edgy. It's competently produced and animated. There's a few animation errors in there. It's about monster girls basically. Just be like, oh hey, here's one with a, here's one that's a centaur, and here's one that's like a goat person, and whatever. I did see one that was actually unique, which was some sort of snake girl in the background.
I missed that. I'm sad.
Presumably, they're going to be the they were only visible in the intro, I think.
But
and I'm willing to bet that they eventually become like the exchange student or something.
Yeah, they're like the weird person, but and granted, very weird. Like looks like a serpent, but has the coloration of like an orca whale. It's odd. But I don't care about that. honestly, it's just sort of bait for the kind of person who just wants to watch a show about cute girls doing cute things. Which, you know what? Fine, I guess. That's for some people. But I'm more interested with the other layer, the extremely fucked up layer.
Yes.
The horrible, horrible.
Because there's 2 parts to this. Well, the first story in the first episode actually didn't touch on any of this. It was just very twee. It was about a play and everything. But they begin
It felt like we were watching episode 17 of a 347 episode series.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, more of this. But the second part of the episode, however, starts with a combined like history and biology lesson, which is fucking wild. Like every like vertebrate seemingly in this world is 6-limbed, like an insect.
Yeah, I don't get that because there are a lot of characters that have like.
Well, wait, I know where you're going, and I'm gonna address it.
Okay.
There's, but yeah, seemingly every vertebrate is supposed to be 6-limbed like an insect, fine. And they say that the 4-limbed amphibians fucking died out. So there's no humans or like pigs or anything.
Yeah.
Or if there's pigs,
That's
they're
fucked up
6-legged
because the characters are like they're all called humans. And that's
Yeah,
one of my lines is a centaur is a human.
Yeah, a centaur is a human. But the problem is they don't really think it out very well because they were just like, hey, let's have some cute like you know, like people with horns and stuff, right? Yeah, horns are a limb.
Like,
Because the diagram points out the different configurations of limbs, and you have like centaur people, like tauric people who have 4 legs and 2 arms, and then you have the winged folk that have have 2 wings and 2 arms and 2 legs.
And they've got me so far.
And then the last group of people are apparently made 6-limbed by the addition of horns, because all of them who don't have wings or extra horse legs have horns, and they are considered to be limbs.
They have a horn and a tail, but some of the people only have ears and a tail.
There's
yeah,
horns
do ears count?
Maybe they've got a
somewhere.
secret
Tiny
horn.
Here's the deal. You don't see this because they're wearing clothes, but they have tiny vestigial like extra arms, which are all curled up and like calloused.
They have like horrible crab arms underneath there.
Yeah.
They're
shriveled up and like never used. It's like when they get married, they put a little ring on like the one long finger it has.
The little nub.
And anyway, they get into.
It could also be just like a powerful big tasty ballpark Frank's extra arm that reaches out of their bellies and feeds them when they sit.
Oh no. And then they move on from that to the more like history portion, the less natural history. And it shows some slides, some illustrations that suggest that this is the most fucked up and metal world that has ever existed. Because there's like these like centaur con people are like pushing people into the mud with their hooves, and then there's a European knight who is clearly like amputated the arms from a centaur and gagged them and is just riding them around.
Put like a straight up metal gimp suit helmet on him with a ball gag. And that's why there are anti-discrimination laws in the world.
That's why. Because left to their own devices, these people apparently get up to some shit.
Yeah. I
like the section.
I like this. I really like, and by like I mean I hated the section where they're like, if, for example, the 4-legged creatures evolved into normal humans, there wouldn't have been discrimination. I'm like,
no
what
discrimination.
The fuck?
Yeah, really hot takes on racism in this anime.
Like I get it, bro. That's sure. Like if you want to be like, oh yeah, there wouldn't be any blah blah blah, and like just try to highlight how stupid how stupid bigotry is. Great, that's cool. But also, though,
But also, though, this comes off with a like David Cage level of subtlety.
It's so
Yeah.
bad.
Oh my god.
It's so bad.
I found it very funny that this Monster Girl slice of life anime had like anti-discrimination undertones. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
just they had a whole 2-minute sequence explaining how evolution was different in this world, and like, just make it magic, dog. I don't like, there was just something. I had to like pause the episode and get up and like walk around for a second because I couldn't stay interfaced with it.
Come to think
Do you
of it,
think
don't
that if
they-
a centaur do you think that if a centaur breaks their leg in this universe, they have to get like put
They get
down?
shot.
they shoot him? Yeah.
They get destroyed.
The janitor has the gun ready to go.
They are bringing up the fact that you call it destroying a horse when you have to put it down.
Yes, that's the actual medical term. If your horse is injured, then you don't put it down, you destroy it.
Yeah, you
That's
don't
what it's
euthanize
called.
it or put them down. No, you have to fucking. It sounds like they're gonna fucking atomize the horse.
I can't tell if you guys are joking or not, or if that's an
No,
actual
I
thing.
I swan to John. This is an actual horse people thing. Where
You
they-
destroy the
they-
horse.
The
They
horse
destroy the
must
horse.
be destroyed.
The only way to make sure is by removing the horse or destroying the horse. I
I'm breaking up. I can't deal with destroying the horse.
destroying the centaur.
I just looked it up on Google, and I'm like, destroy the horse on Google, and then people also ask, how are horses destroyed?
How?
Like,
Well, I gotta tell you, folks, it's a hard process.
Google.
The bitches stay alive.
Google, tell me. I'm desperate. How can I destroy this horse?
The first suggestion is how to destroy a horse, and the second one is how to destroy a horse quickly.
When you have to destroy a horse now,
Hurry!
it is at the
Google!
window.
I'm running out of time. The horse is here.
The door cannot hold for that long. Oh God.
Those tips would have been really helpful while we were watching this.
yeah, how do we destroy this horse?
How do we destroy this
Um,
horse?
I don't know. The Centaur girl was okay. I mean, she was a little dumb. But
That's the thing about it, is like, this show is too, like, surface level, it is too vanilla to justify having this extremely complex backstory about divergent evolution and correctional clinics.
Yes.
Did you guys catch that line?
No,
I think that was a
I
miss-
did catch that line.
I think that was a
girl-
mistranslation.
The way I am choosing to consume the media as it is presented to me, and the way that it was presented was that the bunny girl or whatever she was.
They were a ram girl or something.
Yeah,
Who
I think-
cares?
Well, now she wasn't, because she didn't have like hooves or anything. What? It didn't
She had
fucking matter.
horns.
She had
Well,
horns
she's a
and her
fucking-
eyes were closed.
She's an all mirage, I guess. Whatever. Listen, the one girl says the centaur. She's like the horn girl is having trouble keeping up, and the centaur is like, "Do you want to just ride on my back? I'll carry you." And the horn girl says, "No, I can't do that. They would send me to a correctional clinic."
So
Oh,
instead,
yeah, I
instead
do
of believing
remember
that this is like a poor turn of phrase in like the translator's part, you want to believe that like this is an in fiction thing where
I
people
would-
will come and take her to surgery to be altered.
I would like to believe, yes, that this is a sort of like 1984 Room 101 sort of situation.
Look at the fucking machine that opens her eyes.
Yeah, like in a Clockwork Orange, where they re-educate you about how you can't ride
Opens her
centaurs
eyes.
anymore.
They open
and-
her eyes for the first time in her fucking life.
It's not permissible to ride Centaur because of the ball gag days.
And
It's this
I would
guy
also-
walking around the room like all like so You want to ride the horse, huh? You sick fuck.
I think that we haven't even begun to tap into the worst and most powerful part of this show, which is the ska soundtrack.
Oh god.
What?
Wait, what?
What are you
did
fucking
you not hear
talking
it?
about?
Was that not detectable? Because every the introductory segment, and then the part where the horse girl is running too fast, the fucking just loud ass guitar and trumpet that busts up. You didn't hear this? Less than Jake shit? Am I hallucinating?
I
think you-
might, because I switched to the subs and maybe they switched the music too.
I don't recall this at
remember
all.
that.
I've got nothing in my there's nothing in my brain.
This is so.
Uh,
Emma.
And listen, I'm attuned to it. I can hear an extra mozzarella stick soundtrack
I
from
saw
a mile away.
It was there. I swear, I heard it.
Emma, I don't want to gaslight you, but I
know what I heard. All right.
I believe you, Emma. I believe you.
Cherry
Okay.
Pop and Daddies, they were there.
For your consideration, Dubbing Studios.
We submit to the Midnight Society.
Oh
The
god.
tale of the disappearing ska. For
Jeez,
real.
I was just gonna do a fucking advertisement for you for voice acting work.
Oh, well, thank you.
shit.
Yeah, I'll put all that in my. I'll put all
Yeah,
that.
put it all in
the
your
deal.
portfolio.
Thank
You really, that scene was gripping.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It came from somewhere real.
yeah.
A genuine distress that maybe I had misheard it, but I swear it was a big ska soundtrack. It was so bad.
I believe you.
Oh,
Okay, I'm sweating.
okay, so let's move on to something that's a little bit less terror-inducing. Did anyone find it weird how they spent a good 5 minutes talking about how if the horse gets too fat, she can't wipe her own ass?
I
Yeah,
was
that's
about to
bad.
bring that up too. Why?
Well, I mean,
Why?
logistically, it's true. And you know what? If your friends knew that about you,
I guess that's
Can
important.
she wipe her own ass now? I feel
She
like
said
that's
she
pretty
could.
far back.
she said she had the ability to do so.
She said she could.
Because one of her
yes.
friends is like, what?
I know she said she could, but I would like to see it. No, I wouldn't like to see it.
No.
I just like a diagram to explain to me how she gets back there.
I mean, typically it's not necessary because horses, eat grass mostly. So they just sort of
she's
drop
half
it where
human though. Does she need to eat grass? Can her stomach process
Well, that's the
grass?
thing. In the intro, you actually see her breakfast, and she chooses to eat fucking eggs and bacon.
Yes.
So,
That means there's chicken in this. Wait, that means
So
they're
there must
pigs.
be something strong going on back there.
I'm just thinking of that one song from Tony Hawk's Underground. Here I am, doing everything I can.
Yes.
Holding on to what I am.
So there aren't real horses in this world. It's just the centaurs, right?
Maybe
It
I don't
has
know.
to be. I can't deal with it.
But
I
they
cannot-
showed us. I mean, they showed us alligators with 6 legs. So I feel like maybe there are horses out there. They just have,
Oh no!
But then they could have
6
just
legs.
ridden on the. They could have just ridden on the real horses and not on the centaur horses.
Well, I
They
mean,
don't clarify this.
Well, I think a centaur is easier to tame than a 6-legged horse.
I
think a
hard to think
6-legged
about.
horse would be a little too slippy.
yeah, they got a little less capacity to kick you, at least.
Um,
You know what? No, fuck it. There's regular 6-legged
Isn't
horses. That guy was just exceptionally fucked up. Just
Just
be like, no, it has to be terror sweat.
He's just like,
God.
fuck this centaur.
Okay, listen, I know that talking about centaur biology is probably passé at this point, but watching. There was just something about watching her and about seeing her full body animated that made me start like. I just started thinking, I just
How
started
does her
What
thinking
what'd you
where
start?
I just want to see one X-ray. I just want to see one X-ray of where her fucking spine is
I-
going.
I want to. Yeah, so that's one of my That's one of my questions is like how when she wipes, like how her back, like how far back does the human part of the centaur back can it bend?
Does she
like
bend forward though?
can it only bend forward or can it go
Bends forward
back?
under her legs to wipe her ass.
Yeah.
This sounds
Maybe
like
she lifts a leggy or
you sound like you're
This
getting a
is
little
bad.
sweaty there.
Hey,
I'm
this
really
is bad.
You okay?
I'm okay. I have a lot on my mind. And
Don't think you're
Did this
okay.
show awaken something in you?
no, but it
Did
felt
anyone
like,
find it weird how they showed the centaur girl in like a full like bathing suit with the bathing
Yes.
suit on her
I
horse
liked-
ass?
I did not, in
Actually,
fact,
I
think that was.
enjoyed.
I did not, in fact, think that was weird. I thought that was a fucking hilarious visual joke. Good for them.
tasteful.
Thought that it was very fun the way that they designed all of her outfits actually to like
Yeah.
fit her
If a
horse
centaur
body.
were-
I kind of liked that.
Mhm.
I
If a
really like
centaur wore a bikini.
I have no
Yes.
idea.
like this or like that.
I have no idea how she put any of them on, but
I like the
seems
one time where she
laborious.
put
She has to
like
get up.
this.
She has to get up at 3:00 in the morning to get ready for school.
Maybe they've got like
Man.
harnesses at home, like you string up your pants in them and then you like kind of back up and jump.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still another thing that I was thinking about when she was eating the eggs for breakfast is where is her belly?
Well, presumably she's got at least two, or maybe
No.
one. Like,
Where
No.
do you
Well-
think it's
It's got to be in the horse part.
it's got to be in the
It's
horse
gotta
part.
be.
Okay,
Gotta
then
be.
but what's
What's
in
the human part for?
what's in the human part then? Where is
Just
what's
all
the stuff in
tubes.
there?
Well, I
Just a
imagine
big long tube.
I imagine her lungs and her heart is probably somewhere around like our waist would be.
Oh,
Ugh.
don't say that.
Well-
Say something else.
Well,
It can't be there because then it would be unprotected. Why does she have a ribcage then?
It's got to be there because it's got to be close enough to the rest of the horse part
the
to
rest of the
power it.
horse to power the horse part.
No,
It's got to be
it
able to
has
push
to be
the.
in,
Her heart
it
has
has
to
to
be
be in the
fucking
horse part.
enormous.
because it has to be big.
It has to be big and it has to be in the horse part. Can you have two hearts? Can you have
Is she a fucking time lord?
Holy shit.
This is
Is
this
she
is a can of
bigger on
worms
the
that is opened.
inside?
This is a
This is a
nightmare.
can of worms that is opened when you say that your horse girl is due to evolution and not because of magic.
Yeah, if it was magic,
Yeah.
fine. Fucking fine.
If you had just
There's
told me
nothing
this
in
was
there.
all magic, I wouldn't be thinking about any of this. I would not
Yeah.
give a shit. But because you said that this is because of evolution, I must
What
know.
selective pressures caused this to happen?
I'm gonna be sent to a correctional clinic.
There's somebody already warming up the skull saw for you.
The brain microwave that they put you
Oh.
in.
A real nasty mermaid waiting for me. Speaking of the mermaids, because those were also mentioned in passing. Where are their 6 limbs?
Yeah, where
They have less
think-
even.
the little like
Their fins.
flippers
Yeah, it's
count
gotta be,
as limbs.
It's got to be arms and then ventral fins and then more ventral fins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they get little flippers
very
and
well.
that's it.
The better question is, how do they fuck?
No.
I
Don't wanna-
hate this
don't
wanna-
podcast.
Not a good question.
Just direct it to that fucking Plague of Gripes video about the mermaids.
No.
Do you want like the fish part on top or the fish part on the bottom?
Is there any way I can get it in the middle?
Oh no! Oh
Fish in the
jeez!
middle.
Can I get just like head, like human head, and then like fish torso, but then human legs again?
Fish titties. Okay.
Just what I'm looking for is sort of a tube situation
With just feet at the end.
with just feet at the end. This episode really challenged a lot of the things that I know and love. A lot of the world that I thought I knew.
Can I show you guys? Okay, now that we're sort of like winding down, perhaps I want to show you guys my favorite part of this anime, and I did a little recording of it. Oh,
All
fuck,
right,
it's too
this is
painful.
terrible for an audio medium.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Can you just
can just
describe
clip
it?
the it's the part when they I'll have to post it later then, but it's the part where it's the part where they the horse girl jumps down from the collapsing stage
Oh
props.
yeah.
Mhm.
And they land, and then the demon lady gives her a little kiss on the cheek,
She's
And
like,
and then
then-
like everyone starts clapping, and then they just like start screaming for no reason. They go,
Yeah.
"Ah!"
well, that's
Yeah.
I think that's just a delayed reaction, where it's
Yeah,
just like,
but it was
oh,
just
I
so
almost
funny.
died.
But there's just something. So the Batgirl, whose name I've forgotten,
Yeah.
the Batgirl does like a straight up like Gmod, like flail around.
Yeah, it was very
her
good.
arms.
It is very funny.
I wrote the
very good.
flailing.
Yeah.
The Batgirl was my favorite character. Somehow through the haze, through the miasma of this anime, I did somehow manage to find that I enjoyed the Batgirl's character.
Well, of course you did. She's
She was
like,
good.
she's like a fucking like pouty tsundere. What do you want?
She was fun and cool, and she's my friend.
I liked the one with the closed eyes the best.
Okay, that we can't tell what she is.
No, I think a goat person.
I
What I
posted
wrote
the
for
clip
this,
of it.
She's not a
what I
not a
wrote
real
for this
goat
clip
person.
was agile horse body. She did it again when she almost got ran over by the car.
Yeah, she just did a graceful leap.
springs into
Hey.
action.
I hate the damn horse body. I hated watching her. I hate centaurs. I can't do it.
Can't wrap your
There's-
mind around it.
It's a bridge too far for my ass. I can't.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't know what you
Yeah.
want me to say. I just can't. I can't figure him out.
We've been thinking about this for forever.
Yeah.
Whoever first came up with the idea of centaurs, I don't want them near my children.
Well, it's good. That's good because they've been dead for like 3,000 years.
Oh yeah, there was another thing that I just remembered. Do you remember them mentioning the were-tigers?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the idea that were-tigers were like tauric in construction
Yeah.
rather than just furries.
I can't believe they
So-
just dropped that in her lap and then like
They didn't even show them. Like, hello, I wanted to see the were-tigers.
I would like to see the were-tiger.
Yeah, Joey needs to see this for reasons.
I just want to see it.
All right.
I have like 5 more things on my note.
All right, well, do fucking go on. and then
Okay.
we'll wrap it
First
up
of
after.
all, I thought it was funny the phrase I kissed a horse and I liked it.
No.
I also thought the rant that one of the characters did about the historical inaccuracies of her outfit was really funny.
Fucking Central Asian horse princess outfit.
I couldn't find any in literature, so a Russian will do.
Yeah.
And then also, whenever they said time to stand for the national anthem, I was like, well, given that this is like a Monster Girl anime, it's just going to be a Nightcore remix of the fucking national anthem.
Of course it is.
And then finally, I noticed, you know, how, like every single time in an anime where one character like grabs another character's wrist, you hear like a weird slap noise, and it's like that's not the sound that makes, is it? Is it like that's the sound of like a
That's
ruler
like
hitting a
a-
table?
Just a big wet slap.
If you grab him like hard, I guess maybe
can
It's like a
Kinda.
thud.
I mean, it's exaggerated for, the purpose of clarity. It's
It
fine.
sounds like somebody hitting a wall with a piece of cardboard.
Hey,
People- Hey,
if we're just gonna go this far on this one, everybody give me like a moment of silence, and I want to hear Black Hole. Just give me a good like slap.
Slap my wrist or slap just in general?
Just
like,
just
just
make it
grab your
audible.
wrist. All right. Pretty good.
It sounded like somebody's shutting a fucking refrigerator.
Sounded like someone's dropping a piece of meat on a table.
that's what it should sound like.
Yeah.
All right.
I just think the Foley work could
Okay.
be better. Anyway.
Joey, do you want to grab your wrist for us?
No.
Sure.
It sounded like you just punched a man in the face.
Good one. All right. Does
Matt.
anybody have anything else to say about the show?
I would,
No.
I would
Magpie,
like-
grab your wrist.
I would like to say one thing.
Emma, grab your wrist.
Yeah. Okay. We
All
done
right,
now?
okay.
Cool.
I have one last thing to say, which is that I hated to see her desk. I hated the Centaur's desk. I hated seeing her sitting in it. She was the only Centaur in the room, and it showed her from behind, and her whole back, she had like a whole extra seat on the back just for the back of her leg, and her whole torso was turned to the side, so her legs were they were facing in different directions.
Okay,
I don't know how the
that'll-
spine worked, and
Emma,
It was bad.
that's called accessibility. Everyone has different accessibility needs in the classroom. And so they just got her special technology to be able to sit down in the school.
Can you
There's nothing wrong with that.
Can you fucking imagine being the concept artist at this studio and they come to you and they'll just be like, I need you to design a chair for a horse.
show me what you think it would look if. Okay, so here's
And the
this
guy
right?
is just sitting there smoking because it's Japan.
Yeah, it's just like a haze.
And he's just
Everything's
staring at
gray.
and he's just staring at him, and like a little bit of ash falls off the end of it, and he's just like, soka.
Oh my god.
はい、頑張ります。
Yeah, pretty much. Yada
too
yada
much.
daze.
This is too much, y'all.
Ah!
Oh,
Hi, I'm sorry for it making that sound on our recorded podcast. Sorry, audience. I found them though. I found what the were-tigers look like. in
What
the
the
background of the show,
Oh my
guys.
God.
Oh
Look at him.
no! Oh
It
no!
looks like Nick Nolte.
It's so much worse than I could have imagined. Hello?
that's incredible.
I'm gonna be
God.
sick.
I have a panic attack.
I love him. He's
His arm.
incredible.
Look at his arm in the second
You're
one.
right. He looks like Nick Nolte from the end of 48 Hours.
He's even starving.
What if at the end of the Eric Bana Hulk, Nick Nolte bit into that big electric wire and it turned him into this instead?
He just looks at himself and he's like, I'm magnificent. All right, that's enough. That's enough. While Emma recovers, let's handle some procedural stuff. If you
Yeah.
if you want to send us an email for whatever reason, if you want to send us an email so that we can send you all of our dank were-tiger pictures, then you can reach us at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That's one, the word, not the number. If you would like to send us a tweet to let me know that everything's gonna be okay, we're also on Twitter at One Episode Cast.
It's okay, Emma. It's
It's
okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay.
It's so